As we continue our build-up for IPL 2025, in this particular video, we're going to be looking at young players to watch out for. And this seems to be the most apt thing to do ahead of any IPL, because the essence of IPL is all about youngsters. It's all about giving opportunity to young guns. And while we all get excited about watching the big stars on show, but as I said, it's always that tingling feeling that you get in your stomach when you look at a young gun really explode through the ranks. And so keeping that tradition alive of the IPL, we're going to predict the young guns to watch out for. What we're going to do is pick 10 players to watch out for whom we think this could be a breakthrough season in the IPL. Now, some of them could be making their IPL debut, some could have played a few seasons of the IPL, but one thing that we've really kept in mind is that someone who's already established himself, either at the international level, or if not at the international level, at the IPL, if has had one good season here or there, then we've tried to eliminate them. We are only looking at players that are new to the IPL, and even if they are not new, they have been under the radar in the IPL and not really shown through. So that is the thing. So for Indian players, what we are doing is, if they've not played for India, that's a criteria. For overseas players, we can look at international players, but if you've not seen them in the IPL before, then they can be considered in our list of young players. The drill is that each of us will get 3 to pick, and then the final one, we can all come up with a name. The one that gets the maximum vote can then make the 10th. Okay. Who wants to go first? We'll keep changing the order. So whoever goes first now will go last in our next round. Who wants to go first? Okay.
Yeah. So my first name is, the youngster that for me is someone who will be the one to watch out for sure, is Anshul Kamboj, CSK's new pace recruit. I think whatever limited we saw of him last edition for the Mumbai Indians, I think it was impressive to say the least. And in fact, in the Ranji Trophy and even in the other domestic tournaments also, his pace was pretty much there. Even in case, so the best thing that I really like about him is the swing that he generates with a new ball. I think that's a very important factor that CSK have probably taken into consideration while hiring him for this season. And if you take a look at the CSK's bowling attack also, I think he definitely makes the cut as far as the playing 11 is concerned, because at one stage you would know that apart from the likes of Ellis, Pathirana and even Sam Curran, you would require an Indian pace bowler. So that way, I feel Anshul Kamboj on his current form and the fresh legs might just get the nod ahead of someone like a Mukesh Chaudhary. So for me, he's the one to watch out for.
Why have we got his name at 9? He starts with 1. No, this is not an 11. This could have 11 bowlers as well.
Yeah.
So because he got the first pick, Anshul Kamboj, the
Isn't
youngster
Anshul
from
Kamboj
Haryana,
the typical CSK type bowler? The kind of bowler CSK likes, swinging, relying more on swinging and just picking the right line and not express pace, but a typical CSK sort of a bowler. You go. It's okay. My names are anyways not going to overlap.
Neither are my names going to overlap.
Yeah, so
no
you
issue.
can.
My name will be no surprise, and even though he's not a youngster, but because he's been a bit under the radar because of lack of opportunities, I'm going to pick R. Sai Kishore as my player, because as I said, he's not a youngster. He's also captaining a domestic team, but in the IPL, because of lack of opportunities, he's mostly sat on the bench, whether it was for Chennai Super Kings or whether it was for Gujarat Titans. But Gujarat have got him back into the fold. I think they used the right to match card for him, if I'm not mistaken. So they've got him back, and I have a feeling that this time he will be given that chance. So I never doubted his ability, but he needed chances, consistent chances in the 11. I think he'll be getting those chances. And even though he's made his India debut, but why I don't count that's that Asian Games and all that, which is not really counted. Not really played proper for the Indian T20I team. So I've taken him into account because I think he'll get chances. For me, he's one of the best spinners in India at the moment. And if given a long run, he will do that job he's an all-rounder. He can chip in with the bat, but primarily a bowling all-rounder. His main strength is bowling, and that's where he'll come to the fore. Very classical left-arm spinner, much like the other left-arm spinner like in Mitch Santner. So goes with that. That's why I've gone with Sai Kishore.
Yeah, I'm happy that somebody's picked him because I would not have been able to in my 3 picks. But my first
You could get 4th. You could be lucky and you would have the 4th.
But but yeah, I personally would want to, and I've been after that player since the very beginning. Even
just to
during
let you know one thing, Shreyas Iyer does not
no,
qualify.
I know. I was behind this player even before the IPL auction, and I thought that he could be one of the highest, most expensive picks as uncapped. But I think Swastik Chikara, 47 sixes, 47 sixes.
Number of times he's been endorsing him here.
No.
I expected Sai Kishore. I expected Swastik Chikara.
But it's the only reason for that is I think it's just crazy six hitting ability that he has. UPT20 League, majority of the games in Lucknow, 70-meter boundaries, and going on and scoring 47 sixes in just 12 innings. I think that is just brutal power and brutal strength that he's been displaying. Previously, he was with the Delhi Capitals, did not get an opportunity, was one of the few players who did not end up playing. But just the kind of strength, and an average of 49 in the UPT20 League and a strike rate of 181. I know that UPT20 League sort of can be a much lower level in terms of the IPL, but I think just the mindset that just shows what brutal power hitting and firepower he's coming in to bat with. Bat's top of the order, but I know even if he comes somewhere in the middle, is an RCB recruit this time around. So I hope that he will be able to maximize the conditions at the Chinnaswamy. But I think he is a player who you need to can watch out for. There are many other players as well, but Anshul Kamboj, Sai Kishore, I think these players are talked about a lot.
Okay.
When I was picking my youngsters, I wanted to be absolutely unknown commodities.
Yeah, that's your choice. Please do not comment on the picks.
No. I thought that. I was just telling how.
Sometimes in an effort to just be different, you can fall on your face as well. So
yeah, that is.
But anyway, good pick. He's gone with Swastik Chikara. I will not comment on his picks.
I will comment on
my picks. Anyway, now who goes first? You've already gone first.
Yeah, Shashwat, I think. We can reverse the order.
Go. Anyway, your picks, nobody is going to be thinking of that. So go.
The next pick.
I think for me, the next pick is going to be Digvesh Rathi, Lucknow Super Giants, a leg spinner. I don't know if he'll start or not, but at some point...
You have to pick a guy who you think will have a breakthrough season, who we will be talking about at the end of IPL gets over. He will be the guy we will be discussing as one of the top performers. Okay? So you've gone
then he could be on the next pick. For me, before that, then it's Rasik Salamdar.
Okay.
I think Delhi,
he's changing his.
Another RCB recruit. I think they've really done really well as far as Indian youngsters are concerned. Because last time what he did for the Delhi Capitals, I think was really useful in that sense. He gives that all-round option. And why I feel we will be talking about him by the end of the season, because he gives that batting option lower down the order. Somebody is like a Shardul Thakur, but maybe a different sort of a bowler. Like we have seen Shardul Thakur, he's not dibbly-dobbly, but he's somebody who relies more on the lines and lengths and swinging the ball and has the golden arm. On the other hand, Rasik is a little more quicker in that sense. Not too much of a difference, but he's a little more quicker, and plus he can really contribute with the bat. He can really go after the bowlers. He can play that aggressor role. That's where for me he's the one. Emerging Asia Cup, he had a great time. The most expensive pick this time in the auction as far as the uncapped players were concerned. So I think by the end of the season, this is some person we will be talking about.
He is actually the one who RCB paid 3 times the money than what DC were. 2 to 6 crores.
Yeah. Because they wanted to RTM, they went for 3.6.
You want to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
So my next pick, as you know, this thing is not just restricted to the Indian players. So my next pick is going to be a potential Mumbai Indians opener and keeper, Ryan Rickelton. I think the way he has gone about his business, as far as T20 cricket goes, has been exemplary, not just for South Africa, but also for MI Cape Town and SA20. He has been one of the leading 6 hitters in that tournament, and obviously in the MLC 20 also, wherein he hit 100 of just about 35 or 40 odd balls. So, and if you take a look at the recency bias also, just in the Champions Trophy, he scored 100 in the opening match, I think, that South Africa played against Afghanistan. So I think that also might just work in his favor, knowing that Mumbai Indians can take a look at his recent form also. So for me, Ryan Rickelton makes the cut here, and for me, he'll definitely open alongside Rohit Sharma.
Okay, my second pick is again shouldn't be a surprise. He's an international, comes from Australia. Josh English, I'm going to go with simply because of what he's been doing recently. That Champions Trophy makes his ODI debut, gets 100 in that massive chase versus England, helps his team win that 350 plus chase. So that is there. Then even in a Test match, got 100 in goal. And already has 2 T20I 100s. One of them came against India, I won't forget, in 2023. So he is done the whole hog. He's looking like a proper batter. In all formats, has been doing well. And he's been incredible. If I was to look at his overall stats, I was looking at in all formats is fantastic. And I think that match that he played against India, it had Arshdeep Singh in that bowling attack as well. Yeah. So good bowling attack, got that run. So, and in tremendous good form, will get a chance to open, I think, for PBKS. He and Prabh Simran could be the openers. So could have that season that you would be taking his name for long. That's my second pick.
Okay, I think you can go with your third pick.
This time I start as well. Okay. Okay, another overseas pick in Jacob Bethel. I've gone with an English name. I've gone with him because his looking at his overall T20I numbers, phenomenal. He averages 33 with a strike rate of 160, close to that, if I'm not mistaken. So outstanding strike rate. He's batting at that level. And the only doubt I had, about Jacob Bethel, because it reminded me much like Harry Brook came with a lot of reputation from England, but in Indian conditions we saw had a terrible IPL apart from that 100. But Jacob Bethel came to India, played about 2 T20Is, 2 ODIs, and one of them got a 50, which I remember was a good 50. So I think he can get adjusted to these conditions. Comes with a very good reputation. And he's in RCB where, they will always rely on their batting more than their bowling. So he will have to really step up. So I'm going with Jacob Bethel as my third pick.
Okay. Pawan, it's Jacob.
J.A. So the one to watch out for.
Yeah.
Even I would have had an overseas one, but as of now he's not signed in the IPL when we are recording this. If he gets signed, that's a different thing.
Now when is he going
to? No, you never know as a replacement.
Is he in the RAPP, the registered available player?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like saying Shardul Thakur. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why he's not there. But for me, the third player is going to be Yuvraj Chaudhary. I think we might be talking about him by the end of the season, and I see two reasons for that. He's in Lucknow Super Giants, top of the order, is a left-hander. I see him playing in the season, maybe midway, and then he can carry forward from there. And the reason for that is I see a lot of flamboyance in his batting, and more than flamboyance, the kind of punch that he has, it's sort of, the way he times the ball and the kind of punch that he has in his batting. I think he is somebody you will be talking about by the end of the season. And just leading into the season, I remember a lot of players in the domestic circuit talking about him being a lefty top order batter for the Uttarakhand team. Has a strike rate of over 180 in the SMAT, if I'm not wrong. So I think he will get an opportunity, and then you might see him actually performing really well for the Lucknow Super Giants in Lucknow as well.
Yeah. Okay, so my next pick is Aniket Verma, a fiery batter who can bowl in those useful medium pace overs also. I think once again the recency bias might just work in his favor as far as his place in the starting 11 is concerned for SRH. I think in that match simulation that SRH had on March of 15th, he scored 46 of just 16 balls. And if we take a look at his performances that he has had in the Madhya Pradesh Premier League, even scored 100 there. There was also an under-23 tournament wherein he got 100. So obviously there are things that have gone in his favor, and SRH scouting team had a close eye on him. So if he gets that clear push that a youngster usually needs at the biggest stage, I think he might just end up scoring lots of runs, even more number of sixes.
Yeah, I would have picked him too. You've already picked him. So now what we'll do is each of us can come up with two suggestions, and then we'll do a voting. Whoever gets the maximum amount of vote, we'll put his name here. Any names that you had in mind?
Yeah, two more names. Robin Mintz, Mumbai Indians, and Mushir Khan, Punjab Kings.
Okay. I had, again, a bit more conventional names. I had someone like an Ayush Badoni because, again, he's had highs and lows but has been in tremendous form lately. I think he hit 6 sixes in...
No, that was Priyansh Arya.
No, he hit in a practice game, 6 balls, 6 sixes. Ayush Badoni just hit. He hit 19 60s in that Delhi Premier League game in one innings, 19 in one innings. So even he's hit 6 in 6 during a match simulation. So again, he's in good form. That's the one name that I had in mind. I also had somebody like a Prabh Simran, who also has had highs and lows, but because he'll now be opening May and they retained him, so that confidence he could have gone with. So yeah, these are the two names that I had in mind.
I had Priyansh Arya and Suryaj Shedge. Priyansh Arya, the same game where Ayush Badoni hit 19 sixes. In that game, only Priyansh Arya hit 6 sixes in an over. And I think he's been...
19 versus 6.
No. Both of them had a partnership of 200 or something.
19
in 10.
versus 6.
No, he also hit lots of... I don't remember the exact number, but I definitely Ayush got more sixes than him in that innings. But both of them were on full swing, to be honest, during the DPL. But anyways, yeah, so for me, Suryan Shedge and Priyansh Arya. Priyansh Arya has been bought for a very high price, 3.2 crores. And Suryan Shedge, we know, we have been talking about him throughout the lead up to the IPL. So for me, these were the two more names.
So we don't have a single overlapping name.
Yeah.
So now we'll have to go with, who are your two picks?
I said Robin Mins and Mushir Khan.
I'm not tempted to vote for anyone.
Priyansh Arya had a strike rate of 180 in the SMAT as well.
To vote for, I would say, we all should be tempted to vote for Robin Mins.
I know Robin Mins is there in my mind.
How can we not have Suryan Shedge in the list?
And Shedge as well. So, but I think they're in the same boat. So, it's a tough one. It is a tough one. But maybe we leave the 10th open then, because there is no way. Even if we had one player with 2 votes, we could have got.
Suryan Shedge, I think we all have kept him in our 11s as well. For
Punjab.
Punjab.
But I'm putting others ahead of him, no? That's what I'm saying.
Who?
I like my
But
two
the
picks.
choices that you have made,
Ayush Badoni and Prabh Simran.
See, I can
actually come in for Prabh Simran.
Yes, same.
Prabh Simran.
Plus
Okay,
2.
done. So if you've
Prabh
got
Simran.
3 out of...
But the only
three
if we are
for
ready
Prabh
to leave it, then would be better if we leave it alone. If there's no Suryan Shedge.
No, we'll have to. No, what we would have done is we would have either got Pawan or someone to vote because it was a tie. But if we can get a name where people can vote for, then we can go with one where we need some sort of consensus.
I'm okay with Prabh Simran.
Prabh Simran.
Yeah.
Let's go with Prabh Simran then.
I'm anyways outvoted.
No, you voted for Prabh Simran.
I would personally want Suryan Shedge.
No, that's fine. But you need 2 more votes, huh?
I would still not.
See, if one
I get that.
candidate has gone, what do you do? If my first option could be somebody else, right?
But then Prabh Simran. He's been
You'll
in
have to
good
take the
form as
second
well.
or the third best option. So since we've got 3 votes for Prabh Simran, even though they may not be the first vote for some of my colleagues, he may be low in the pecking order, but he's there, so he makes it. Rather than not just having him at all. If I had to vote for a second or a third option, I may have gone for a Robin Mins, but as a third, fourth option. So those are the 10 names that we finalized. That does not mean that Shedge is out or Badoni is out in that sense, or Mins can't be the one. These are the names that we discussed, but we had to zero in. That's the nature of a pick, that we have to pick 10. You guys let us know in the comment section who you think could be the standout youngster. And that's, as I said at the start of the program, that's the beauty, right? There's so many options to choose from that you can look at. Who could be, having an outstanding season. Like, for example, names like Naman Dhiro in my mind, Ramandeep as well. I know he's played for India, but could be the season.
Ankush Raghuvanshi.
Yeah, exactly. Has shown glimpses. There's so many different options. But then we had to zero in on 10, going by a gut feeling. Could be completely right or wrong. Give us a like on the video. That's the only thing that we ask for. And yes, look forward to your company on Sports Today throughout the IPL, live after every match. We'll see you there. From Shashwat, Siddharth and I. Bye-bye. Take care.